Hello, and welcome to the Colorado Kelly channel. Today I want to dive into the most intriguing detail in The Shining, the yellow beetle that appears in the film. This seemingly minor change has deep implications, so let's explore what the color shift from red to yellow really means. First off, Kubrick's decision to change the color of the beetle from red as it was in Stephen King's novel, to yellow, is not just an artistic choice. It's packed with symbolism. The color yellow can invoke feelings of dread, especially when we consider its association with Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy, he was a monster, a predator who transformed his yellow tan VW Beetle into a deadly trap. He's the reason why, instead of being taught to help someone in need, young women were warned to be aware of the trickster. Bundy preyed on kindness by faking injuries like a broken arm to appear vulnerable, only to lure his victims into his web of terror. His calculated cruelty turned an innocent act of compassion into a fatal mistake, forever staining the symbol of a simple car with fear and horror.
Trixie.
Another fact that makes me believe that Stanley is referencing Ted Bundy in this yellow beetle color change is because of the fact that Ted Bundy removed the passenger seat of his vehicle in order to trap his victims easily. Well, as the Torrances are driving up to the Overlook on October 30th, 1975, I can't help but notice that Danny is in a standing position. He's not sitting. It's as if his seat has been removed due to the high volume of luggage that was brought up to the Overlook. I also think it's odd that Jack's the only one wearing a seatbelt. Remember, in the 1970s, no one wore a seatbelt. So Wendy and Danny obviously don't have a seatbelt on. That was more normal in the 70s than Jack's wearing of the seatbelt. These are the stand-ins that were used for the actors in the movie. I like to say these are the Torrances that came from Vermont, and they changed into these Torrances in Colorado. The following are a few meaningful coincidences when it comes to Ted Bundy and The Shining. November 24th, 1946, Ted Bundy was born in Vermont. 42 years later, on January 24th, 1989, the state of Florida executed the 42-year-old monster. Do you notice all the 42s that keep popping up? And also be aware that now 24 is suddenly very present in Kubrick's The Shining. So 24 reversed is 42. Did I mention Ted Bundy was born in Vermont?
Have you been in Boulder long, Mrs. Torrance?
Only about 3 months. We're from Vermont.
June 1975, the Torrance family move from Vermont to Colorado. March 1975, Ted Bundy, the monster, enters Colorado. Okay, so now we're going to go to October 30th, 1975, closing day at the Overlook. I would like to call your attention to the tan Volkswagen Beetle bug in the parking lot of the Overlook Hotel. Actually, notice all the Volkswagen Beetle bugs. Looks like an infestation to me. We're going to skip ahead now to 1 month later. That would be November 30th, 1975. Wendy is in the Overlook Hotel's kitchen preparing some food when Bertha Lynn, real life newscaster of Denver, Colorado, either 7 or 9 News, not sure which one, is reporting about a missing 24-year-old Aspen woman. Listen in.
And the search continues in the mountains near Uray today for that missing Aspen woman. 24-year-old Susan Robertson has been missing 10 days. She disappeared while on a hunting trip with her husband. They have good weather right now, but they may have to call off the search if a predicted snowstorm moves in tomorrow.
I believe the reason Stanley Kubrick added the entire part about the 24-year-old woman going missing is so that we would make the connection between her disappearance and Ted Bundy being in Colorado. Allow me to introduce you to Mrs. Robinson, the 24-year-old woman from Vail who went on a hunting trip with her husband and suddenly was missing. I believe Ted Bundy abducted Mrs. Robinson, also known as the crazy woman who hurt Danny, brought her to the Overlook Hotel and left her there for the hotel to drive her into madness and do its bidding for them. This theory of mine explains so many questions in the movie The Shining, like who let Jack out of the pantry? Who left those marks on Danny's neck? The crazy woman who attacked Danny. That is why I believe Stanley Kubrick chose to change the color of the VW from red to yellow. But that's not the only reason that Stanley decided to make the change. It's important not to overlook the other clues that Stanley left us as to why he changed the Beetle from red to yellow. Join me in part 2, where I unveil the rest of my theories. I would like to sincerely thank all who have joined my channel by subscribing. I started with 42 when I started my Shining series. I'm now up to 45, and I'm very grateful for your time, and I hope the content that you receive is worthy of your time. If it is, please like, subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell, and I'd love to hear a comment from some of you. Thank you and have a nice day. Until next time, my friends, shine on. Bye.